November in Presque Isle, Maine. The days sure are getting colder, but the gyms are heating up. The only two Aroostook County colleges are set to do battle tonight as University of Maine at Presque Isle hosts the University of Maine at Fort Kent, making it a big rivalry matchup here on Veterans Appreciation Night at UMPI. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wieden Gymnasium for tonight's rivalry matchup between UMPI and UMFK. I'm Ricky Goupel, bringing you tonight's broadcast on UMPI Athletics and WHOU.live. David Gustin operating our camera as we get ready for the men's game first, set to tip off here at 5:30. Well, there's a lot to take away from the first weekend for the UMPI men, who went 1-1 at home after beating UMA and then losing to Fisher on Saturday, 94-87. A lot of production from the new guys. Yuki Ishibashi averaging 17 points a game at this point. Tyson Engett and Tariq Martin have made a difference as well. They will all start tonight here in this one. But the Owls individually look solid, but there's a few things they could hone in on going into the weekend. A few things that maybe the Owls could improve upon. The defensive side, on the defensive glass, their opponents have out-rebounded them 63-51. Second chance points, 24-7, and fast break points, 32-22. So a few areas they could definitely stand to improve on tonight against these UMFK Bengals, who like to play a pace a lot like Fisher. The Falcons ended up beating UMPI back down the floor later on in the game, and they like to play the similar up-tempo style, so the Owls have to be ready. A little banged up tonight. Both sides a little banged up. UMFK, I think, has 7 or 8 active players. UMPI with around 10 or 11, so a little bit less than they're used to playing with. But going to be an interesting matchup for sure as the Owls face the Bengals. It's been 3 years since UMFK has defeated, or 2 years, excuse me, 3 games since UMFK has defeated UMPI. You got to go back to November of 2023. For the Owls, though, we knew going into the season the X factor for this team would be defense. The scoring is still there. Aki McMichael, averaging 26 points a game, was co-player of the week this past week, in the North Atlantic Conference. And so we know the production is there on the offensive side. They just need to start stopping things, getting those rebounds, stopping those fast break points, those points in the paint that UMA and Fisher found success on this weekend. So for the UMFK Bengals, they enter with a record of 1-3. They're 1-1 at home, 0-2 on the road. Their one victory over Fisher College in what was a very exciting game, 95 to 94. They came back from 18 points down in that game. Very intense, very passionate game, you could say, if you read between the lines there. But the Bengals are in rebuild mode. John Mandeville in his second season. They are a very scrappy bunch. They play, like I said, up-tempo, like to put a lot of shots up. But we'll see how that plays out tonight with the injuries that they have to a couple of their players, DJ Shower, Keena Bakali, Sam Tebow, Elijah Martinez. A lot of guys that are out tonight that they normally have. They can go to their bench a little bit deeper. Tonight, they won't have that luxury. So we'll see if Coach Mandeville decides to play a similar tempo or if they work into more offensive set pieces. But UMFK, a very scrappy team, like to score the basketball. They've scored 85, 95, 117, and 90 so far this season, coming off a 113-90 loss at Husson earlier this week. But the Bengals are poised and ready here for this rivalry game here at Wieden Gymnasium. It's part of a Veterans Appreciation Night here the day after Veterans Day, so we salute to service all those who have served for our country. We'll have more of that on pregame here as I introduce the starting lineups before the national anthem, or after the national anthem. But it should be a fun night of basketball, the women to follow, and we'll have you right here all night long. I'm Ricky Goupel again, David Gustin on camera. We will set it away and come back here for starting lineups.
Expect to be challenged.
Expect personalized education.
Expect innovation.
Expect to find yourself.
UMPI has helped me in so many ways, helped me find my passion.
We have small classes and you really get to know your professors.
Teachers are always offering, after school support or scheduling Zoom meetings.
Your teachers and instructors will go the extra mile for you as long as you're willing to put in the work.
All my professors help me to step out of my comfort zone and push myself to my limits.
Expect a supportive community.
Expect family.
Expect compassion.
Expect to feel at home.
UMPI has definitely made me more prepared for my career. I was able to get the real world experiences my first semester.
Attending UMPI has definitely opened these doors for me. It's helped me, stand out amongst the crowd and working as a reserve officer.
I chose UMPI because of the Medical Laboratory Technology program. It's one of the few programs in the state that you can go and get hands-on training in an actual lab on site.
So being a student athlete is pretty easy here at UMPI.
Oh, at UMPI, I could focus on my baseball and my academics, and that's great.
I actually came to UMPI because of the basketball team. We made playoffs my first year, then the second year we made the Final Four, second year in a row we made the Final Four, and hopefully we can win it all next year.
The big thing at UMPI is we have amazing activities.
There's a lot of stuff you can be outdoors. The school also puts on activities basically every day, so there's always something that you can do around here.
I chose UMPI because it was local, very affordable for me.
Affordability definitely played a major role in my decision to come to UMPI.
UMPI was the most affordable option.
Expect affordability.
UMPI has helped me immensely.
It's helped me realize of how much a leader I am.
I think definitely UMPI has opened some new doors.
I'm doing so many more things that I didn't think I could do.
Your growth, the opportunities, the friendships, the teachers, the faculty, like everything just comes full circle.
I am very happy that I came here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wieden Gymnasium, home of the University of Maine at Presque Isle Owls. This evening's game features the Bengals of UMaine Fort Kent and your UMPI Owls. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America and those who defend our freedom with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight, the University of Maine at Presque Isle proudly welcomes you to Veterans Appreciation Night. We take this moment to recognize and honor the men of our armed forces, past and present, for their service, dedication, and leadership to our country. We thank all veterans and active duty personnel in attendance this evening for their courage and commitment. Your contributions make it possible for us to enjoy the freedoms we celebrate today. If you are a veteran, please be sure to stop by our table in the lobby and pick up a complimentary gift bag. We ask now for any men and women who have served and join all of us here in a round of applause for all of those who have served. Now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Bengals. A 6-foot guard from Lemoore, California, number 0, Donovan Johnson. A 6-foot guard from Lemoore, California, number 1, DeAndre Johnson. A 6'4" forward from Hopkins, Minnesota, number 8, Antonio Speed. A 6'3" guard from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 10, Sam Williams. And a 6'4" guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 24, Drew Rogers. The Bengals are coached by John Mandeville and assisted by Katsuya Sasaki. And now, for your University of Maine at Presque Isle Owls, a 6'2" forward from Brooklyn, New York, number 0, Joel Hodge. A 6-foot guard from St. Petersburg, Florida, number 2, Aki McMichael. A 5'10" guard from Powers Lake, North Dakota, number 7, Tyson Engetz. A 5'7" guard from Asahi, Japan, number 8, Yuki Ishibashi. And a 6'1" guard from Baltimore, Maryland, number 14, Tariq Martin. The Owls are coached by Dan Kane and assisted by Elijah Smith. Our athletics trainers today are Brian Morrison and Alex Folsom. Our officials today are Mr. Justin Meter, Nick DePassi, and Jordan Tripp. Well, we are ready for basketball here. Between Fort Kent and UMPI, I'm Ricky Goop. I'll bring your play-by-play today as I supervise the table as well, so I apologize if I have to step away at any point. But we're ready to go here as Joel Hodge and Antonio Speed tip things off. Yuki Ishibashi controls it first for the Owls. Ishibashi now to McMichael, co-player of the week this week for the North Atlantic Conference, picking up right where he left off last season. Ishibashi will try at 3. It rounds out. Up ahead, Fort Kent's first possession of the game. It's Sam Williams, averaging 25.3 points a game through the first 3 games of the season, missing a game in there, missing a box score in there, but still a good average through 3 games for sure. Here's a 3 on the way. This one from Drew Rogers. It rattles out, and a rebound by Tariq Martin of UMPI. Ishibashi, now McMichael. Side with Martin. They'll work it around McMichael. Good pass underneath Enget, who fires it to Joel Hodge. That extra pass underneath the hoop. And the Owls strike first tonight. Up top it's Speed. He'll fade away into a J. Front rim, no good. And Ishibashi's there for the easy rebound. UMPI will bring it up. Martin at the free throw line, backing down his defender. He goes up with the left hand, soft touch, no, got his own miss, puts it up, wanted some contact, can't get it to go, and Fort Kent will be there for the board. Up and down we go here. Rogers gets it to the trailer. Johnson, a 3, no. The rebound by Fort Kent, though, and the putback by Speed is good. So a fast start here, back and forth, and it is 2-2. McMichael, Ishibashi. Now Hodge back to Ishibashi, wide open. They're going to let him shoot, and Yuki makes him pay. This time, they won't do that again. They were trying their luck there. Ishibashi, he has shot the 3 decently well. I wouldn't say a guy that you have to close out super crazy on, but you do have to close out. You can't just leave him open. Ball loose, and it's picked up by Hodge. Up, he gets the game's first turnover. Michael will take it across half. Stops. Mid-range J is good from Aki, and it's 7-2 UMPI. We'll get a chance to look at that first bucket that they scored from Enget to Joel Hodge. Happy to have you for tonight's doubleheader. Here's Speed cut to the hoop, taking on Hodge. Got his own miss. The putback is good. 7-4 UMPI. McMichael. Now Enget. Working around. Ishibashi drives, kicks over to Enget, skips to McMichael. He lost it. It's stolen away. That was DeAndre Johnson who got a hand in there, and then UMPI will get another turnover. McMichael. He turns it over. 3 turnovers in a row here. So the sloppiness started to pile up. Over in the corner, it's Johnson, a 3, short. Fighting for the rebound, or McMichael and Sam Williams. McMichael wins that battle. He finds Engit up ahead. Engit has an opening. Won't shoot it. He kicks it out. Ishibashi. Umpy will reset. Martin, who fouled out in 13 minutes last game for Umpy, gets the start tonight, his first college start. And then a miss from Ishibashi, rebounded by Sam Williams. Fort Kent does not have a single returner from last year's roster, which is hard to believe. Here's a three up top by Williams. Off the mark. They haven't shot it well yet. Martin leaks free all alone on the other end, and a timeout called by Coach Bandevelle. See if it's a 30 or a 60. It is a 30. We'll take a look here at the first bucket of the game for Umpy. They get the ball moving. Barely even touches the floor here. McMichael to the elbow, bounces it to Engit. That extra pass to find Hodge. Well done by the Owls, and that's how they got things going. And right now they're in front 9-4, 3.5 minutes into this one. James Yamashita awaits checking in for Umpy. He's had limited minutes as they try to ease him back to full health. Getting over a meniscus tear this summer, made a rapid recovery to get back to action. Not even miss a game so far. We got a game's first foul here, which will send Sam Williams to the line. That one goes on Tariq Martin. Has to be careful. He did foul out very quickly last time. His role's a little different this time starting the game. And that'll get Stefan Durrani up off the bench, I believe, for him. Williams at the line. Trying to make both here, and he does. So 9-6. Umpy's got a chance here in their first 3 games of the season at home to get a lot of guys in the game. They're not one individual player for sure. And they're at their best when they move the ball like this. Yamashita open for 3, and he has the first one of the season. James Yamashita immediately into the game, drains a bucket. Both teams, again, banged up a little bit here early on in the season. Umpy not pushing it with certain players since it's non-conference. They don't have too much non-conference before they get into league games. So they will have Leslie in a couple of weeks. Umpy scrapping for the board off the side of the backboard. It'll stay with the Owls. (12-6) Umpy. Ishibashi, now Yamashita, back to Ishibashi and Engit. Here they go, working into their offense. Only beat him back that one time. Durrani is open underneath, and he finishes. So Stefan gets that shot to fall. Just second field goal of the season. He had one in his first appearance against UMA. That one's short off the front rim, an easy board for Yamashita. Dribbled it off Durrani, but will able to recover. As Fort Kent not pressing. Again, only I think 7 or 8 active players, so not surprised they're not pressing this early. Ishibashi, a 3. It's short. Alish Moreno is in for Umpy as well. He cleaned up the boards well last game. He had, I believe, 10 to lead Umpy. Doesn't get the start tonight, but is immediately in the game. Sam Williams up top. Takes it to the side of the lane, spinning, and he is able to get that one to go. Great take from Sam Williams, their top scorer. Of course, they have a lot of guys that score because they score a lot as a team. Had 117 points in a losing effort to UMA this weekend. Umpy turns it over. Speed. Like I said, Johnson, you can go back underneath. They kick it out. The other Johnson for 3, and DeAndre cashes in Fort Kent's first triple of the ball game. Moreno was running the wing, thought about it, but they'll work into their offensive set. Ishibashi. Expect him to play 30 minutes plus every time if he stays out of foul trouble. Moreno misses on the jumper, which Yuki usually does. Just a scrappy guard. Not going to be underneath the hoop contesting much, so I don't think he might have had one foul in their last game against Fisher, a very physical game. Fort Kent to inbound right in front of us. Johnson at midcourt. 14-11, UMPI in front. Johnson crossing over, trying to get by Yamashita off the side of the backboard. The putback is good, though, by Speed. Antonio Speed has made it a 1-point game here. Yamashita. Moreno up top to Engitz. They look very clean offensively the first few possessions. They've got a little sloppy since. Here's the take from Yuki. It's short. It's tipped high in the air. Out of play. It'll stay with UMPI. Here comes Aki McMichael back in. Wouldn't be surprised if he has more limited minutes tonight. He was a question mark right up until game time whether he would be good to go. He is good to go, but in what capacity, we're not sure. Ishibashi, good pass underneath to Stefan Duraney, can't finish. It's well contested. It's pulled out by Fort Kent. Rogers kicks out, Johnson for three, it's in and out. Tipped in, rebounded by UMPI. Here comes McMichael. UMPI needing a bucket here. It's a 7-0 Fort Kent run, and Yamashita gets said bucket as he will finish in the foul here. UMPI running the floor that time. Take a look at that again. You can see their defensive rebound there with Duraney. That's McMichael always looking up floor for UMPI. Yamashita had the opening. A late closeout by DeAndre Johnson, and he finishes with the foul. So Yamashita to try to complete the three-point play here. And he does. James Yamashita with 6 points, a three, and then the old-fashioned three. And UMPI does end the drought. 17-13 it is here, with under 13 minutes in the first half. Williams on the right wing, looking for a pick. He does get one. They roll off the screen underneath Speed. Oh, great up and under for Fort Kent, and he earned every bit of those 2 points there. Good set play, the pick and roll. AJ Creech is in for UMPI, playing his old team. Was a member of UMaine Fort Kent last year, a starter oftentimes for the Bengals. Now transferred to UMPI for his senior year. Aki McMichael, step back three, vintage Aki there. And the Owls get another much needed hoop as Fort Kent is trying to slowly chip their way back in it. They've got it within one a couple of times, but UMPI has maintained the lead here. Williams lost it. UMPI gets a turnover with McMichael there for the steal. He's a mind to push. Up ahead, Yamashita will take on Rogers, and that one's a clean contest, but it'll just stay with UMPI. And we know what set play is coming. I believe Fort Kent might know too if they have the scout. It's a hard play to stop as Duraney does it to him. Knew it was coming. UMPI still able to get 2 easy ones out of it as Duraney times the jump well. That was Gilbert Jean Mendez's forte last year for UMPI. He has moved on. Finished his career as the 6th all-time leading scorer for the Owls. There's a corner three by Speed, who answers on this end. McMichael trying to push. The track meets on here. Moreno now a three. High arcing shot. Back iron. Rebounded by DeAndre Johnson. Lobs it up ahead to his brother Donovan. Over in the corner. Tiptoes the sideline. And a good job by Williams to establish his feet in the front court there. And Fort Kent will retain possession. 22-18. Out time. Donovan is out of bounds. Take a look. I think this is the pick and roll play by Fort. No, this is the lob by UMPI. See if we get it. I mean, it's just a silent break, and then it's just not much you can do to defend it defend them from getting it off. Finishing is another thing. UMPI obviously practices that play and executed it well there. Creech for the Owls. Next to the trailer, Martin, who's back in with the one foul. Lob to Moreno over the left side. Back to Martin on the left wing. Thought about the three. Now drives, kicks to Creech. Creech at the free throw line. Inside, Martin will take on Ethan Daigle, who is in for Fort Kent, and immediately Daigle will pick up a foul. 2 shots coming up here for Tariq Martin. UMPI has shot the free throw pretty well so far this season, 71.1%. Your opponent's 72%, but not really a stat you can control. That always cracks me up when I look at the conference leaders and team stats. You go to opponent free throw percentage. I mean, talk about a thing you can't control. It's a free throw, and they put that in there. It's funny. Martin splits the pair, though, 23-18. Ethan Daigle hails from Fort Kent. He's back to basketball. I believe he took a gap year there he graduated in 24, if my memory serves me correctly. That one goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Bengals. Happy to have you for tonight's doubleheader here at UMPI Athletics. Also simulcast on WHOU.live, home of high school sports in the state of Maine, the standard for live streaming. You can get it on both platforms. YouTube, of course, for free. In the corner, fadeaway shot by Rogers, and he gets it to go. Tough shot there by Drew Rogers. Getting his first start of the season for UMFK, one of the regular starters. Eli Martinez is out. There's a three from Yamashita, doesn't go, but Moreno's there for the offensive board. McMichael thought about it, still thinking about it. To try to isolate himself underneath, kicks. Creech sets his feet into a three, and there it is. A.J. Creech's first triple of the season. You know, he's been waiting to break out. Obviously, he has the potential to score. Has struggled a little bit in the opening weekend, but he's settled in nicely, especially in the defensive end. There's a three on the answer, though, by Donovan Johnson. Creech, a great pickup for UMPI this year. Be one of those guys off the bench that's going to get solid minutes all year long. Creech drives, hesitation move underneath. Found Moreno on the reverse. Good pass from A.J. Creech. So the Owls preserving this slim lead, but man, it has been a half of scoring here, and we're barely halfway through this first half. Rogers in the corner with Daigle. Now up top to Johnson. Ethan Daigle's averaged just 3 minutes through the first 3 games of the year. Here's a three on the way from Speed. It's short, but UMPI somehow couldn't get the board. Martin whiffed on it, and then Speed got it back, and he finishes. Fort Kent grinding their way here to stay within arm's length here. 28-25. McMichael takes, now drives to Martin, and Moreno up top. Creech gets a pick from Moreno. Now we'll stop into a pull-up J. No good. Moreno for the board, misses on the finish. He's been doing a great job on the glass this season for UMPI. Up ahead, Rogers blocked by Martin cleanly in the lane there. Martin will leak out. Thought about taking 3 Bengals on himself, but wisely will pull back out. McMichael's left open for 3. Short. This has turned into a no defense kind of thing here. Travel first on Rogers. Get some new guys into the game. Engit and Hodge are back in for UMPI. Luka Nobanic is in. I think this is the first action he's seen this year. I think he's been injured for the start of this year, but he is in for the Bengals. Engit. Martin. Ishibashi the take, and he finishes. Yuki for 2 there. Had a very quiet 26 points last time out against Fisher in a losing effort. But that strongly supported Aki McMichael's 29-point performance. Underneath, good find underneath to Rogers, the pass from Nobanic. The Owls are there. Get the turnover. Ishibashi up ahead himself. Pull up J. Got it. Yuki, when he's feeling it, look out. Just 5'7", but man, does he have a feel for the basketball. Another great pickup for Coach Kane in this offseason. Daigle will take it to the rack. Can't finish, rebounded by Hodge. Joel Hodge making his first career start today. Been a member of the team for 3 years now, but his role has gotten bigger each year. Averaging 21 minutes through the first weekend. Gets the start tonight. Hodge swung. Creech. Oh, good up fake. Now we'll stop this one along 2. Short. Right idea. Coach Kane saying good step. Daigle will take it up. Gets the pick from Nobanic. Hesitation move. Well defended by Ishibashi. Daigle throws it out of play over near the UMPI water cooler. Take a look at that last take by Yuki Ishibashi. I get the whole thing, more than I bargained for here on the replay as Engit took it up floor. Up top, saw the seam. Good hesitation move, too, for the 2 points. Got to cut out of it a little prematurely as Yuki misses a jumper that time. Rebounded by Fort Kent. 32-25, the Owls in front as the gym does fill out. A lot of students here over on the left side. Underneath, no good. Tipped out, UMPI doing well on the defensive glass so far. At midcourt, Delaney gets out of some trouble. Ishibashi, they'll reset. Hodge got it poked free from behind. Well done by Fort Kent, and then sliding at the table is Ethan Daigle along with Donovan Johnson. It goes out of play back over to UMPI. 6:13 in the first half. Delaney into Yamashita. Thought about the three, but Yamashita makes a good decision. Engit drives underneath, tried to spin it in. Didn't ever have the handle on it. Veterans Appreciation Night here at UMPI. Day after Veterans Day, November 12th. Thank you to everybody who has served, currently serving as well. Nobonic lost it. He was stripped by Hodge as Yamashita ended up with it, who gets it to Ishibashi. Up ahead, Engit will take on Williams and finish Tyson Engit. Scrappy player. I will use that word a lot to describe the UMPI Owls. Use it a lot to describe Fort Kent as well. They play so hard all game long for a solid 40 minutes every time. But Engit personifies that for the Owls. Just a tough, tough player. He was a quarterback in high school. That makes perfect sense once you know that. The way he is built and the way he approaches the game. Ishibashi, tough shot. Was halfway down, but it doesn't fall. At midcourt is Johnson. Timeout called by Coach Kane as Fort Kent gets an easy bucket. It is just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep a raid here. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. As for the UMPI men, they get USM on Saturday, a prestigious Little East Conference school, but that is the last home game they will have until the second semester. Then they go to Leslie and Thomas for the first two conference games of the season. Those are big ones. Every conference game is a big one, but they play 18 league games this year. Love to see that, the new format. And UMA on the 25th, who they defeated on opening night. So now for UMA and Fort Kent, they got Thomas also on their schedule and UMA also. Then they go to Colby College on the 30th. And then KVCC, I believe the first year of their program. UMFK competing in the USCAA. Ishibashi up ahead. Hesitation. Gives to Delaney in the corner with Moreno in the short corner. Now try to back down his defender. He turns it over, though. Good steal by Rogers. Full head of steam for him, but Yamashita closes out well. They get it to the trailer. Johnson kicks it out. Rogers in the corner. Now going to try to go baseline. Good closeout by Yamashita again. And Fort Kent will be forced to reset here. Tipped in the air. That one's a travel. They say he lost it all on his own. We'll get another look here at that one right away if we can. Yeah, it was never touched. I don't think, anyway. Take another look right before we resume here. Nobonic had it up top. Kind of lost the handle. Yeah, self-pass. Good call by our officials. Here's a three by Delaney. Off the mark. Engit ended up with it off the rebound. Picked up his dribble. Gets it to Ishibashi. They'll reset. He drives to the hoop for two. Yuki Ishibashi again making his presence known. UMPI leads by 9. By the way, our officials tonight, Mr. Justin Meter, Mr. Nick DePatsy, and Mr. Jordan Tripp. Jumper on the way from Rogers. No good. Moreno got his hand in there. The board does go to Ishibashi, though. Up ahead, good pass. Moreno stops in the paint. Player control. No argument from Umpy, as Moreno a little out of control there. Take a look. Always a possibility when you're pressing. Oh yeah, he was planted for 5 seconds there. No argument, obviously, on the side of Umpy. Of course, the block charge call is the most controversial call in basketball. You'd be surprised. Sometimes people will still argue, even though the evidence is like that. Umpy does not. The jumper, no good. Moreno couldn't corral the rebound. It'll stay with UMFK. Here comes Sam Williams back in. Set piece for UMFK. McMichael saw that one coming. He said, watch the elevator. That's what they ran, and Umpy was ready. In the corner. Jab set by Williams underneath. Tough spot. The backboard was there to block his shot, and now it's loose on the floor. Williams fighting for, oh, what a battle. No, it'll be a shot clock violation first. Wow. What a scrap, though, by Williams. Somehow got it back. We'll take a look, another look. I know I'm throwing a lot of replays your way, but you got a game like this, it's fun to see him scrap for it, but we'll look at the backboard. Oh, they can't quite see. It might have been out of frame. But anyway, it was a shot clock violation. No argument from Fort Kent. McMichael trying to do it himself. Will dish it out and get in the corner for 3. Back iron. Those are things that Umpy, I'm sure, will just, once they get their feet under them this season, only the 3rd game, those shots are going to fall. Nice drive by Rogers. Finishes for 2. McMichael up ahead. Engit. The Owls pushing the pace here, and Engit finishes for 2 more. I'll be answering the bell here. Ahead to a 9-point advantage. In the paint, a little push off there perhaps. They let him play on. Williams will lose it. Umpy gets the steal. Moreno will pull it away. The Euro, no finish. This game is getting a little out of control as we go back and forth. Another miss by Fort Kent, and the rebound by Alish Moreno. He's definitely probably 5-6 rebounds already in this game. Foul on McMichael. Take a look at the stats to confirm. McMichael will go to the line for 2. Right now, Yuki Ishibashi leads the way with 9 points. Yamashita has 6. Getting it from a lot of different guys. Everybody that's got in has scored for Umpy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys already. They have just 11 active tonight. They have used almost everybody as Aki McMichael makes it 40-29. Timeout called by UMFK with 1:56 to go. The Owls in front by 11 here in this first half. Back here at Wieden Gymnasium, 11-point advantage, for the Owls. 40-29 as Aki McMichael sinks 2 free throws. He's 18 for 22 from the line now this season. Those were indeed his first attempts tonight. I can't remember. He was 16 of 20 going into this one. As Rogers finishes right away out of the timeout for Fort Kent. Taking it back to a single-digit game. 40-31. Ishibashi crossing over. Now gets it to Delaney. Back to McMichael. Stops. McMichael, the hesitation move, gets through. Oh, good give underneath to Stefan, but he can't finish. And McMichael is there for the rebound. Back to Moreno. And Aki will reset and get underneath. Delaney this time will take on his defender. Cleanly contested, they say, by Drew Rogers. Well done. Up ahead, running the wing. The three is no good from Johnson, and then the and one on the rebound by Sam Williams. Silences the crowd. One free throw coming up for Fort Kent. Take a look at that rebound. Yeah, Aki McMichael a little too overzealous. McMichael pulls it down. Hesitation move. Ishibashi. He has it on the right wing. Or Moreno, that is now. Now back to Ishibashi. Hesitation. Drives. Might have gotten hit. They let him play on. Here's Rogers up ahead with McMichael. And now they'll get McMichael. He picks up 2 quick ones. Coach Kane is just upset because he wanted the same thing against Ishibashi. McMichael's slow to get up. Hate to see that in a game where he was rather limited going into it. Didn't know if he was going to be good to go, but he has played solid minutes in the first half. AJ Creech is coming in. 49.9 to go in the half. Little confusion as we set up here. They lob it in. Speed kicks out in the corner. Daigle misses the 3, but an easy rebound and now a strip as Moreno gets a steal. He somehow keeps the dribble across midcourt. Ishibashi back to Moreno. Kicks out. Creech thought about a 3. Now will drive. Now back to Ishibashi. A 3 on the way, and Yuki buries it. The Owls, you don't know who it's going to be. Tonight it's Yuki Ishibashi. Gets to double digits, the first Owl to do so. Here's a 3. Rogers looking for the answer. Back iron, easy rebound for Johnson. He'll fire away. Still no. I'll be there for the board, and then, no, it'll be out of bounds. Back to the Owls with 11.2 seconds. We can catch our breaths. What a half it has been here. There's 7 fouls the whole half. Been physical. Shot clock is off here for the final seconds. Ishibashi hesitation. Can try to do it himself. Kicks it out. Delaney. It's good if it goes at the horn, but it doesn't fall off the front of the rim. And that is how the half will end. 43-34. Got a good one, folks. We will step aside for halftime. Happy to have you again for tonight's doubleheader between UMFK and UMPI. We'll be back in a few moments. Back at Wieden Gymnasium here, getting set for the second half of action. We'll take a look here at some of our scoring numbers, so far in the game. Fort Kent led by Antonio Speed with 13. No surprise, he's been their guy all season long for getting points. And then you got Rogers with 6. Williams has 7. Oh, sorry, I had that confused. Williams is the guy that has been their leading scorer. He has 7. It's Speed, who is only averaging 10.7, that has 13, so he's already exceeded that. And then for Kent also, you got a couple other guys. Both Johnson twins each have 3, and then Nobonic has 2, but that is their scoring. And then for the Owls, they're led right now by Yuki Ishibashi. As we get set for the second half, he has 12. Aki McMichael has 7. Yamashita has 6. Durrani with 4. Engett with 4, Martin with 3, Creech with 3, Moreno with 2, and Hodge with 2. So a lot of guys getting into the action for the Owls as we get ready for half number 2. Hopefully that score bug will refresh, but underneath, first possession for UMFK is an empty one as the Owls pull it away. Ishibashi, the floater, is no good. Getting it back, though, is Hodge. Still no good. Tipped in the air and pulled away by UMFK. DeAndre Johnson rises into a 2. Rebounded by UMPI. Hodge there. So our scoreboard has caught up. Apologize for that. It's kind of a clunky technology we've got right now for the score bug to get our new custom graphics package. So there's been some hiccups along the way. Happy to debut a new revamped streaming package here for this season. Kind of was in beta stages last year in the second semester, but we refined a lot of it. Still some bugs along the way, but happy to improve that for all you viewers. DeAndre Johnson drives. Now Rogers up top with 2 to shoot, a deep 3, and he cans it. Not much you can do there for UMPI as he just buries that one as the shot clock was winding from way downtown. Ishibashi out to Tariq Martin. Crossing over and get cutting back door. It's loose. Pulled by UMFK. Up ahead, a 3 by Johnson. Short. Engett rises for the rebound. UMPI's lead is 6. 43-37, Ishibashi in the front court for the Owls. Steps over at the left wing, now swung to Engett. Now Martin, back to Ishibashi. That one well defended, and the turnover stolen by Rogers. Here's DeAndre Johnson, across the timeline, now gives underneath. Shot blocked by Martin. He wanted a foul, seemed clean from my angle, but McMichael on the other end misses. And Fort Kent will get it back after all. Spin move by Rogers to get out of trouble. He goes the Euro in the lane and finishes for 2 more. So Fort Kent has come out firing here. 5-0 run, a kind of sluggish 5-0 run. UMPI still looking for their first points. Coach Kane will get a timeout first. Take a look here at the Bengals. I believe this was the spin move just now. Just the finish. Oh, that was a block by Martin. Excuse me. Forgot what I queued up. But at any rate, 43-39 it is. This game's being simulcast on WHOU and YouTube. Probably most of you joining us on YouTube, the free platform. WHOU.live carries high school sports in Maine. Subscription-based platform, but if you're a fan of high school basketball especially, WHOU is the place. Follow us on social media, UMPI Owls Athletics on Facebook and UMPI Athletics on Instagram. 43-39 as UMFK breaks the huddle, 17:24 to go. The Owls will have it side out in front of their bench. Tariq Martin to inbound. Williams defending. McMichael out of Ishibashi, tight window. Nobody there. Fort Kent gets the turnover. Up ahead, it's Donovan Johnson underneath Rogers. He's got all 5 of their points this half, but he doesn't have 7. On the other end, McMichael tried to scoop underneath. Coach Kane wanting some contact. They have let them play all night long. Just 7 fouls in the first half. 4 for UMPI and 3 for UMFK. And now another bucket, and the Bengals are within 2 points. McMichael trying to end the madness. This time he will draw some contact as he goes to the ground hard. Take a look at that foul just now as McMichael will earn the pair of free throws. Yeah, just reaching in. Easy one there for officials as DeAndre Johnson picked up the booking. Our officials today, Mr. Meter, Mr. DePatsy, and Mr. Tripp. No strangers to UMPI as they come up quite a bit throughout the year. McMichael makes the first. He's been excellent from the free throw line. 19 of 23 this year. And make it 20 of 24. He was second in the conference last year in that category. Wouldn't be surprised if he's right up there again this year. Johnson up top, now gets it to the other Johnson, his twin brother Donovan. Stops and kicks. And now Fort Kent will set with 15 on the shot clock. Williams drives, speed, sets his feet into a 3. Can't give him one that easy as UMFK is within 1 point here as the Bengals have silenced the gym here in the second half so far. McMichael loses his footing, goes down. UMFK the other way, ball fake to the rim, and the Bengals lead, count it, and the foul. UMFK, all the momentum right now. They're in front 46-45. We'll take a look here at the and one. The turnover that preceded it, McMichael just lost his footing, an easy steal. And then UMFK had a 2-on-1 with Martin trying to defend. The ball fake by Williams, drew the contacts, and he completes the 3-point play. UMFK in front for the first time tonight. Ishibashi, now Engit, and back to McMichael underneath Moreno. Kicks Martin, Engit back to Moreno, and McMichael again. Oh, good ball fake inside the lane. Aki McMichael finishes and ties the game at 47. Williams bringing it up. Now over in the corner, it's Donovan Johnson. Lost his footing, regains control, kicks out. Williams a 3. He misses. UMPI desperately needed that one to clank off the rim, which it did. Tied at 47. The Owls trying to regain the advantage. Moreno. Now Engit. Ishibashi a 3 for the lead. It was halfway down the well, but it doesn't go. Rattles out, frustrating for the Owls. We thought they might have regained control here. Spin move by Williams, kicked out. Johnson in the corner, a 3. That one also rattles out, so all is fair in love and war, but Fort Kent scraps for it. DeAndre Johnson from deep, no. All sorts of bodies on the floor. We've seen more guys lose their footing tonight. Engit up ahead. Moreno dives to the basket, takes on his defender, cannot finish. He might have been thinking dunk for a second, and then he was met by Williams. Up ahead, speed traveled. Easy one. We'll take a look here. This is the, I believe the McMichael finish. I missed it on the end of it. My apologies. Yamashita's into the game. We're tied at 47, what's been a very fun matchup. The Owls are without Dwayne Williams tonight, one of their top scorers from the weekend. He had 16 in their first game of the year, 5 threes for Dwayne. Had 2 threes the next day, went a little cold against Fisher, and now he is out tonight for this UMFK non-conference game. Yamashita gives to Moreno at the elbow, back to Yamashita on the give and go. Now McMichael. They haven't been able to free him up for too many outside shots. Moreno underneath finishes that time a soft touch, and the Owls regain the lead, 49-47. The defense chants erupting from our students section. Nobonic gives way to Williams. Stephon Durrani is getting ready to come back in. Speed lost it, is stolen away by Moreno. looking up floor. Alish down the left sideline, gets to the rim, but he can't slam it down. Didn't have the greatest jump. That would have made the gym go crazy, no doubt. Here's DeAndre Johnson, makes it hurt on the other end. And a momentum swing there, 5-point swing as Moreno thought he had the dunk, misses, and then the three by UMFK makes it 50-49 Bengals. McMichael in the paint, the spin move, tough finish, but he got it somehow. Honky McMichael with the bucket. And back and forth we go, 51-50 Owls. The lob, up ahead underneath, Nobanic can't finish. Rebounded by Yamashita, who gives to Ishibashi. Ishibashi. Martin, a three, and he got it. Tariq Martin, just like that, makes it a 4-point game. Timeout called by Fort Kent. 12:58 to go here in the game as the Owls regain a bit of control here. Leading 54-50. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for these UMPI Owls. USM this Saturday. We went over this in the first half. We'll go over it again here now. Leslie, the first conference game of the year, just the 5th game of the season. The Owls get to league play with the Leslie Lakes, and then Thomas College, another league game on the 22nd, and then they get UMA on the 25th. Back to non-conference briefly before they finish out the semester. They'll play 5 conference games in this first semester. Last year playing just 2. They play 18 overall in the year as opposed to last year's 13. And for UMFK, they also have Thomas and UMA this coming weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then Colby College. They got a break there, 2-week break before they play again with Colby College on the 30th, and then Kennebec Valley Community College in their first year as a program on December the 2nd. We get ready here out of the timeout. 4-point lead for UMPI as they force UMFK to burn one. Owls lead the Bengals, trying to hang on for their second victory of the year. UMFK trying to get also their second victory of the year as they are 1-3, UMPI 1-1. Nobanic up top to Antonio Speed. And now it's Sam Williams. Williams trying to ISO with Deraney. He gets some sort of separation, tough fadeaway, and a foul on the rebound. It'll go against UMFK. Nobanic disagrees. Won't change anything, obviously. See if we can get that on the replay here. As UMPI brings it up the court, Yushibashi will take it up uncontested. Yeah, oh yeah, easy. Kind of took out Yamashita underneath there. Good catch by the officials. Those are not the easiest ones to call. AJ Creech, not on the same page with Ishibashi, turns it over. Creech, a former UMFK Bengal, although none of these guys were his teammates last year. I believe every single one is new, so other than the coach and the assistant coach Katsuya Sasaki, Creech would have played with for a bit before Sasaki went down right here at UMPI. This season ended last year. Creech behind the back, lost the handle, still fighting for it, but Williams takes it away for Fort Kent. Spin move on this end by Speed, got it to go. So a little helter-skelter, as both teams have turned it over quite a bit tonight. Aki McMichael now leads the scoring for the Owls with 13. Ishibashi has yet to score in this half. Yamashita swung to Creech, got his defender to bite. Now Deraney back to Creech. The reset, Yamashita, a three, short. Needed to get a shot up there. Had the look, didn't have the finish. Underneath Nobanic, a little mismatch with Yamashita, has to kick out though. Johnson for a three, with Creech in his face. The rebound by Williams, no. Moreno tips it to Yamashita for the board. Hard-earned rebound for UMPI. A one-on-one for AJ Creech, trying to get around Johnson, and he's fouled. But hey, one of two things is going to happen here. Either I'm going to convert or I'm going to get fouled. And he will, and earn 2 free throws. AJ Creech to the line. Just 1 of 2 on the line at the line this season. Creech makes the first. Nabonic will check out as Donovan Johnson is in. And he makes both. So a successful trip for A.J. Creech. Drew Rogers taking it up for UMFK. Making his first start of the year, has made quite an impact tonight. Williams. Look at this. I think just one deep in this half. Bengals have gone 2 deep tonight with Daigle and Nobonic. Drive by Rogers. Tight pass looking for speed. He got it back somehow and then draws a foul. So he'll go to the line. We've kind of come to a screeching halt as far as ebbs and flows to the game, as a few more fouls already at, okay, now 3 each on each side. Now 3 and 2. UMFK with 3, UMPI with 2 this half. Just 7 the whole first half, excuse me. So he's able to make both. Trading some free throws. Moreno not on the same page. They somehow save it with Duraney. Actually, I think he was intending to throw that to Duraney, but Creech was kind of there in the range. Moreno, good strong take by Alish. UMPI would love to see more of that from him, getting to the rim, using his tools. Reach and foul on UMPI. Did they get Creech or did they get, oh, they got Yamashita on that one. So the third on UMPI in this half. Not too many fouls, personal foul trouble. McMichael and Martin each have 2, and Creech and Moreno, and now Yamashita all have 1. Diving to the hoop, Johnson misses. Moreno there for the rebound. Duraney. Another turnover. Up ahead. It's Williams, spins around, and somehow didn't get it to go, but yeah, you can hear Coach Canes tell Alicia Moreno, get us settled down. Kind of fallen for UMFK's game here as far as up-tempo, a little out of control. Those have turned it over a higher clip than they would have wanted, I think. They do hold a 4-point lead, but now speed makes it a 2-point lead. I'm rhyming. 58-56. Ishibashi. Yamashita, Moreno makes the handoff. Now to Creech. Kicks it out. Duraney thought about driving. Creech got his defender to bite. There's a mid-range J, and that is his game. A.J. Creech steps into the long 2. Having a good night for UMPI. 9:33 in the half. Here's a 3 on the way. No good from speed, and it's rebounded by Yamashita. Picked up his dribble. Now gets it to Creech. A 3. Short. Rebounded by Moreno. Offensive board. Out Duraney, a 3. No, last touch by a Bengal. That was Johnson who got his paw on it, and it'll be end line out for the Owls. We'll see if they go with their go-to. Doesn't look like they have the personnel to do that. Ishibashi gonna try to get it to the safe man. Creech in the corner. Stepped out. Had a foot on the line when he touched it, rather. Back over to the Bengals. Tariq Martin's back in for UMPI as Aki McMichael comes off. 60-56 it is with 9:13 to go. The drive by Williams into some traffic. You got a jump ball, not a foul. The arrow will favor UMPI. McMichael will give Ishibashi a quick sub. I think that might be the first time he's come out tonight. If he did earlier, it was so quick I didn't notice. Moreno. He's definitely going to lead, Ishibashi that is going to lead the team in minutes this year. McMichael got some space, now has to kick out. Yamashita. Good help defense by UMFK. Mid-ranger by James. Yamashita makes it a 6-point game. First time this half the Owls have led by this many. A three on the way, short. Martin is there for the board. Out of Creech. Jumper from Moreno, no good. Rebounded by UMFK. Excuse me there. Johnson, that is Donovan Johnson with McMichael on him. Bounces it to Williams. Back to Johnson up top. McMichael had to close out last minute, and Donovan Johnson buries a much-needed bucket for the Bengals. 62-59 it is. Moreno. McMichael now underneath Moreno. He found him. Two more for UMPI. Yeah, he's finding some answers offensively here as of late. $7:28 to go. 64-59. Here's a three on the way. Rogers off the mark. McMichael to take it up. Coach Kane says, whatever you want, Aki. Gives to Creech. After getting the play call, kicks it out to McMichael. Now Moreno underneath. Going to try to go to work in the post, but he kicks to Martin. The ball fake. Swung Creech, now McMichael. Not the crispest of ball movements there for UMPI. Underneath, McMichael going to try to go to the rim. Wanted some contact. Can't get it to go. Creech lost his footing, and it's an easy hoop on the other end for Fort Kent. A lot of guys slipping out there tonight. Perhaps humidity a little higher in the gym today than it was for opening weekend. Really didn't see that much this past weekend. McMichael, 6:34 to go. The give underneath Moreno. He was bumped. And he'll go to the line for two. That one going to go on DeAndre Johnson. We'll see Tyson Engett coming in here between the free throws. Engett's in for Yamashita. Moreno makes both. So a successful trip. Actually, just one. Excuse me. 65-61 it is. 6:32 to go. The Owls in front by 4. It is a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in 1 minute here on UMPI Athletics. Back here at UMPI. 4-point lead for the Owls as Fort Kent will have it on baseline. They can run baseline following the make from Moreno. Rogers into the front court, gets it to Antonio Speed. Now Johnson. DeAndre Johnson, by the way, is playing with 4 fouls for UMFK. Nobody else has more than 1. Underneath. The miss, now tipped in the air. Moreno finally gets it to McMichael. Good vision up ahead with Engett, who leaks free and finishes for 2. The Owls trying to get some wind at their backs. They've been waiting for that big run all night long. They had it against UMA midway through that second half. Up top, Speed, a 3, got it. And just when you think UMPI might be turn in the corner to closing this game out. Fort Kent stays right in it. It's a 3-point game, 67-64. McMichael. Creech back to Aki. Swung up top underneath. Trying to find Moreno. Tight window, and Fort Kent gets a hand in there. Johnson, the up fake. Got some space. Kicks out to Rogers. And they'll reset up top with Williams. Back to Donovan Johnson and DeAndre Johnson playing with those 4. A 3 on the way. It's short. Fort Kent has really only used 1 sub this whole half. And it was Luka Nobanic that started the half, I believe, then came out around 5 minutes in. He hasn't been back on since. It's been the same 5 since then. Got to think fatigue may play a factor, but Fort Kent is certainly showing no signs of that. At midcourt, UMFK trying to get within 1 point or maybe even tie the game on this possession. Rogers, the head fake, spins off Martin. His shot off the glass and out. Fighting for his board. He goes hard to the ground. And now we'll see who they get on the foul here. It's either Martin or Moreno. It'll be on Tariq Martin. He plays hard. Fouled out last game. Mentioned it before. Fouled out last game in just 13 minutes played. That is just his 3rd. So he will stay in at this point in the game with 4:39 to go. 2 on McMichael and then 1 on Creech, Moreno, and Yamashita. That's it for UMPI as far as foul trouble goes. A 3 up top. Got it! UMFK has tied the game with 4.5 to go. At 67 apiece, they shoot the student sectional look. That was Williams on the 3. Aki McMichael will take a timeout as we are tied, a brand new ball game with 4:24 to go. As Coach Kane will burn a full one. UMPI fired up in their huddle there, trying to get a spark. It's been a fun game all night long, no doubts. As the Bengals and the Owls have battled, they've had their battles in the past. Last year, UMPI here, beginning of the season, won 88-74. And then later on in the year, I believe, won by 10 points, something like that. I don't have it in front of me. They've won the last 3 matchups over UMFK, but the Bengals took a matchup in 2023, November of 23, winning by 4 or 5 points up in Fort Kent. Actually, that might have been here. I can't remember now. Again, off the cuff. This is all off memory here. Not always going to be accurate. Like to think I would be, but reality. 67-67 here, 4:24 to go as the Owls break the huddle. They will have it sideline out of bounds over on the near side. Dave Gustin doing our camera tonight, doing a good job for us. They'll inbound it to Yuki Ishibashi. McMichael in the paint, kicks out Martin. Good set piece out of the timeout. Ishibashi gets the look on the mid-ranger, too strong. Would have been good if he was back at the 3-point range. Fort Kent scrapping for the board. They get it here. 4:05 to go and ticking. Top, it's Rogers at the midcourt logo with Engitz. They get a ball screen. Here's DeAndre Johnson. Mentioned the 4 fouls on him. Nobody else with more than 1, though, for the Bengals. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The drive by speed, the soft touch, and Fort Kent has the lead. They slap it out of bounds on the inbounds. Little token pressure. But with 3:45 to go, UMPI's got an uphill battle to climb, though it's just 2 points. Same kind of thing happened against Fisher. They went cold at the end. The Falcons made their push. Ended up winning the game. Ishibashi lucky to get it back. Finds McMichael. We'll swing it around with Martin. Ishibashi back to McMichael. Martin, the side of the lane, got it stripped. They will get him for a foul. That's Speed, who reached in. It'll be end line out of bounds. Take a look, see if we can catch another look at that reach in on Speed. You can see he's in the middle of the paint there for Fort Kent. I mean, not saying it's wrong, not saying it's right. I'm not going to take a stance on this one. From up top, it's hard to tell. From his angle, he had the best one. There's the set play. McMichael didn't have the look. They don't have the height in there for that right now. They did it to him earlier. McMichael couldn't get up and over his defender, so UMPI will have an empty possession. Trailing by 2 now at midcourt. It's Williams. Got a screen from Speed. Now over in the corner, it's Johnson. Donovan kicks to DeAndre Johnson. And now Williams again, 3 minutes to go. Jump stop in the paint, trying to go up and over. McMichael got it back somehow and kicks out. They'll work it around. Donovan Johnson, a 3, and Fort Kent in front by 5. That late game surge killing the Owls, as UMPI will have to stare adversity in the face here. They led most of this game. McMichael, the runner, trying to get 2 back, and he does, and the Owls needed that in the worst of ways. 72-69, 2:33 to go. It's getting down to it, as Fort Kent will cross the timeline over on the far side. It's Williams. My voice is going to be dead by the end of this. So much action in this one. A 3, DeAndre Johnson got another. Can you believe it? I don't know how these shots are falling for Fort Kent, but they are, and they lead by 6. Owls can't catch a break. Also, but leaving them open, and now a turnover up ahead. They throw it for Rogers. He has to scramble to get it. Now they get it to Speed, count it, and the foul. All Uncle Mo wearing green and gold, as UMFK has taken an 8-point advantage at 77-69. Unbelievable. Timeout called by Coach Kane. He's unhappy. It's this late game push that you saw Fisher take. Let's take another look at the replay here. Yeah, just Joel Hodge trying to play catch up defensively, but the Owls right now getting outclassed by Fort Kent down the stretch. They outclassed Fort Kent all night. They led all night until now. Perhaps it's the last team that makes the run that ends up winning the game. Antonio Speed up to 27 in the game for Fort Kent. I can't remember off the top of my head how many he had at halftime, but he's averaging 10.7 going into this one, and now he drops 27 on UMPI. Crazy performance from him. The Owls led by McMichael with 15. Ishibashi has been held scoreless this half with 12. Moreno has 9. Yamashita has 8. And a bunch of other guys right in that range. But right now, none of that matters for the Owls. They're going to need some possessions here and not some empty ones. They're going to need some good, solid ball movement, some good looks. Need to bear down here when things go sideways on them. We saw it against Fisher. They are without Dwayne Williams tonight, but having key players out is part of the deal. You have to find a way to pull out games. But you could sense, though UMPI had the lead the whole time, they never had that push that they have had in their signature wins. McMichael going ahead quickly with some urgency. Under 2 minutes. They do have to hurry, trailing by 8. McMichael draws a foul. That is the 6th on Fort Kent. So the next one will send UMPI to the line for 1-1. That one on Rogers. Rogers is second. The inbound was tipped. McMichael knew it and lets it go out. 150. 77-69. Fort Kent in front. Bouncing into Ishibashi. Turns it over. Goes through everybody. And that is not what UMPI wanted at this point in the game. Under 2 minutes, trailing by 8. Those unforced errors gonna kill you. AJ Creech is in for Ishibashi. Martin defending at midcourt. UMPI needing a steal or a quick foul here. While 10 on the shot clock, they could let him play it out. Fort Kent gets an offensive board, though. They're going to need a foul. Underneath, Speed in the corner. That'll be a shot clock violation. Fort Kent, not the worst thing in the world, though. They killed 30 seconds. 124. McMichael. Now Creech bounces it to Hodge. Can't handle the pass. Gets it back. Trying to finish. He draws the foul. 1:15 to go. That'll send Joel Hodge to the line for a couple of big free throws. Hodge makes 2 big free throws. The Owls need a foul quick. Creech went up for it. McMichael gets a steal at midcourt, finds Hodge, it's tipped by him. Creech gonna try to chase it down. He saves it and gets a timeout. What a hustle play by AJ Creech. The Owls somehow get a steal out of that. Let's see that whole sequence. I'll just catch the tail end of it, but Creech going all out, gets the timeout. Well done. It is a full timeout here with exactly a minute to go. 77-71. The Bengals in front of the Owls, but they will have possession. UMPI is in the bonus now. It'll be 1-1 territory. 17 fouls on Fort Kent, 5 on UMPI. But that's another thing you got to pay attention to. The Owls have to foul Fort Kent twice to get into the bonus. So another factor that plays into late game scenarios and situations. That'll take longer to send UMFK to the line. UMPI will need to foul down the stretch here. Trailing by this much, but got to go to their best play now, trailing by 6. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Aki McMichael the basketball. The guy you go to in these situations when your backs are against the wall. We'll see what UMPI is able to do. (77-71) side out in front of the bench. Aki McMichael to take it out. I'm sure Fort Kent is ready for the Owls to try to free Aki up. They get it into Hodge, and now to McMichael. There's the look, the 3 on the way, it's short. And Fort Kent is there for the board. They had the look. McMichael left it short. The Bengals will get an easy hoop as Speed lays it in, gets himself to 29 points in the game, and Fort Kent in front by 8. McMichael lost it on the floor, got it back though. Now he's fouled by Williams. Hard. McMichael was sitting up, got hammered. He will need to make these. Our scorebook a little behind. Should be 41.7 as it catches up here. McMichael at the line, a 1-1 situation. He's been perfect tonight from the line. And that was really the look UMPI needed to get back into the game. McMichael took his time into the shot, just left it short. It was a little out of range, I think, a little too deep. Not that he can't make that shot. Oh, the rebound, and now Martin is fouled, so UMPI a chance here with a 3-point swing. If Martin is able to knock these down, it'll be 2 shots. And that is now the 9th team foul on UMFK. .4 on the clock. Martin made the first. So a bad foul there for Fort Kent. That's the 4th on Speed. 2 guys with 4 under a minute. UMPI another rebound, and the putback is good. So they get 4 points out of that, and it's a 4-point game. UMFK will have to burn a timeout too as the pressure gets to him. So this thing's not over. 38.7 on the clock. 4-point game. UMPI with 2 offensive rebounds after free throws. Get some extra points, and how from a 79-71 game, it's 79-75. Crazy, Dave. Crazy. Crazy ball game we've had tonight. 79-75. Fort Kent with that surge with about 3 minutes to go. Got in front by 8. He had a chance to get back within a possession. They had a 3-point look with Aki McMichael trailing by 6. Couldn't make it. They ended up getting a turnover. Got it back. Or no, excuse me, they gave up an easy bucket. That's what it was. Speed scored the easy bucket. But then UMPI got to the line. Made one, missed one, got the rebound. Missed one, got the rebound. Or made one, missed one, got another rebound, and put it back up and in. Next thing you know, it's 79-75. Off the press, they get a steal. Creech, he's fouled, and he will go to the line. Unbelievable. UMPI has worked their way back in it in virtually no time off the clock. That got the gym to its feet. They've been begging for momentum all night long. That'll be the 5th, I believe, on Speed, if it is on him. Yep, that is the 5th on him. He comes out of the game. Creech, big free throws here. Needless to say, he misses the first. Needs this one, though, to get back within a possession, lest it kill all of UMPI's momentum, although they've been cleaning up the boards well. He missed the second, fighting for the rebound, out of play. No, that's a foul first. Foul first. I thought they were going to get him for stepping on the line, but UMPI does get the quick foul. That's on Tariq Martin, or Stephon Duraney, excuse me. They're not in the bonus yet, though. They got one more to go to get UMFK to the line. So a missed opportunity on the free throws there from Creech. Might have killed their vibe, but they were going to somehow get back into it. Another foul here. They get Martin or Creech, I'm not sure. It's Martin. That is Martin's 4th. 33.1 seconds, and we go free throw line to free throw line here as the Bengals will have their first crack at trying to ice this game. Alicia Moreno is on for rebounding purposes, I'm sure. It's Williams at the line for the Bengals. Makes the first. Williams has been unbelievable at the line this year. He's now 20 of 21 on the season. Doesn't get the roll in the second, but a rebound by Fort Kent. And that will suck all of the energy out of UMPI's sails. The rebound there by Rogers, and just like what UMPI was doing to Fort Kent on the other end, getting the boards off the missed free throws. The Bengals do that here. And arguably a more important spot now, up by 5 with 31 seconds. Still some time left, but the Owls have let some opportunities slip to get back into this game. Dug themselves in a hole, didn't quit, had a chance, but some missed free throws, some missed shots, some turnovers, all those things come back to haunt you in the end, as now it's a 3-possession game here with 30 seconds. Those were big free throws from Rogers. Martin, hands off Engett, thought about a 3. Stops, now Creech. He's going to drive, falls to the ground, travel. Turned over back to Fort Kent. 82-75. Ethan Daigle is on for defensive purposes. Actually, no, off for free throw purposes, I would guess. So they do have the basketball. Moreno is off, Duraney's on. Shot clock is off here with 20.8 seconds. Trying to get a steal on the full court pressure. Engett picks up the foul. Fort Kent can all but end it right here with this trip to the line. Donovan Johnson will go to the charity stripe here. Nabonic is back in for Fort Kent. Got the first. And got the second. So Fort Kent has iced it at the line here. They lead by 9. 84-75. McMichael in the front court. Last thing Fort Kent wants to do is foul. McMichael makes the 3. Timeout called, though, by Coach Kane. So that makes it a 6-point game. We're still not home free yet with 10.4 seconds. 84-75. The Bengals looking like they can close this thing out here if they continue to make their free throws. McMichael keeps the game going with a 3. But again, this is kind of eerily reminiscent of the Fisher game for the Owls. That game was more back and forth as far as lead changes, a lot more lead changes than that one. UMPI led almost this whole time until Forquet made a push to get back in it and then made a big surge to go up by 8, and that has been the difference in the game. They lead by 6 here. The Owls gonna need a more complete 40 minutes against USM. You can definitely count on that. They've had battles with the Huskies in the past. They lost by 4 points to USM the opening night down in Gorham last year. They lost by 4 points here for the home opener 2 years ago. So we'll see what that game has in store for us. But right now, we still have 10.4 seconds on the clock. So Bengals looking to close this one out. They will have to break the press one last time here. They're not going to send anybody on the inbounder. They get it in. Almost a steal as Enget dives on it and then picked up. Foul before the timeout with 6.9 seconds. That'll send Rogers to the line. If he makes one, it is over. Bonic will be in for rebounding. It's 2 shots this time anyway. Misses the first. Actually, he's not in for rebounding. They're just going to clear out and get him back. Rogers, this one's the most important one, and he hits it. So the Bengals in front by 7. Baseball pass up ahead, tipped out with 5.7 seconds. It'll be an UMPI set piece, but it's going to be too little too late for the Owls. Creech to inbound. McMichael fires up the 3, another tough shot. Doesn't go, put back by Delaney, but that will end the game. The UMFK Bengals come in and defeat the Owls down the stretch with an 85-78 victory. And it was Antonio Speed who stole the show for UMPI, or excuse me, for UMFK. He finished the game, let's see, I think he finished with 29, but I could be wrong. Yeah, 29. What a performance from Antonio Speed. And then Rogers had 18. Those secondary scores for UMFK were huge tonight. Williams had 14. Johnson, that is Donovan Johnson, had 11. DeAndre had 9. And Nobonic had 4. For their total of 85. Then for UMPI, they were led by Aki McMichael, who had 19. Yuki Ishibashi had 12. Then plethora of other scores for UMPI. 9 from Moreno, 7 from Creech, 8 from Yamashita and Durrani, 7 from Martin, and 4 from Hodge, 6 from Enget. Got it from a lot of guys, but it was not enough in the end. So that's going to do it for our men's game. 85-80, UMFK coming away with the victory. We'll be back in a few moments for our women's game here at UMPI. All right. We're back here at Wieden Gymnasium getting set for the women's game between UMFK and UMPI. For the men's game, it was an 85-80 victory for the Bengals, who closed the game out down the stretch. And now it is time for the women to do battle. The UMPI Owls 1-1 on the year, coming off a 76-28 victory over Fisher College this Saturday. UMFK 3-1 on the year, coming off a victory against UMA on Saturday, 88-84. They also beat Fisher 115-17 and Thomas College 57-46. So the Bengals definitely a program on the up. Last year they were 13-10, but 11-12. 2 years ago 13-10. 3 years ago they were 1-13. So they made a huge jump as a program over the recent years, and the Bengals certainly one of those programs that very competitive in the USCAA. They obviously defeated Thomas College, a middle of the pack usually team in the NAC. Their program also on the up, but the Bengals definitely going to be a test for these UMPI Owls, who are thin again, out with injuries, as they will look to try to keep the game close from the start and get the ball moving for the rest of the season. It doesn't so much matter tonight. This is non-conference, but play better together, have some better offensive sets, close out defensively, do the little things like that. I'm sure that's what Coach Knight would like. And for UMPI, they right now 1-1 on the year, had a 60-point loss and then a 60-point win, almost 60-point win against Fisher. And tonight, you're going to try to, again, do those little things well, as the Bengals will look to try to get to 4-1. Be led by Coach Mark Knight in his second season at the helm. The Bengals led by Coach Jason Coleman, who was the coach at Thomas, became the AD at UMFK, stepped up mid-season now to help out UMFK, and he will be a very experienced coach for sure, but hasn't been with the program too long. For now, we're going to send it over to myself in a couple minutes here for introductions and starting lineups in a few moments. The NCAA and North Atlantic Conference promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at today's contest. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Wieden Gymnasium. Tonight, the University of Maine at Presque proudly welcomes you to Veterans Appreciation Night. We take this moment to recognize and honor the men and women of our armed forces, past and present, for their service, sacrifice, and dedication to our country. We thank all veterans and active duty personnel in attendance this evening for their courage and commitment. Your contributions make it possible for us to enjoy the freedoms we celebrate today. We ask now that you please join us in a round of applause for all those who have served. Now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Bengals, a 5'6" guard from Providence, Rhode Island, number 2, Nicia Ortiz. A 5'6" guard from Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, number 3, Stelisha Thomas. A junior guard from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 4, Ada Basoria. A 6-foot guard from Rio Cocha, Colombia, number 10, Shyla Aguilar. And a freshman forward from Naples, Florida, number 32, Taylor Shook. The Bengals are coached by Jason Coleman and assisted by Maya May. And now for your University of Maine at Presque Isle Owls, a 5'6" guard from Ludlow, Maine, number 3, Aaliyah Matheson. A 5'7" guard from Fort Fairfield, Maine, number 12, Madison Bridges. A 5'9" guard from Caribou, Maine, number 22, Katie Stairs. A 5'9" forward from Bryant Pond, Maine, number 23, Karen Marshall. And a 5'11" forward from Clinton, Maine, number 33, Lindsay Hamilton. The Owls are coached by Mark Knight and assisted by Keegan Watson, Anira Ayala, and Giovanna Oliva. Our athletic trainers today are Brian Morrison and Alex Folsom. Our officials today are Mr. Tyler Mitchell, Mr. Nick Murray, and Mr. John McLaughlin. So those were your starting lineups here at Wieden Gymnasium. We're getting set for some basketball here. The second end of tonight's doubleheader between Fort Kent and UMPI. It's the women's turn as the Bengals and Owls will do battle. It'll be Taylor Shook and Lindsay Hamilton to tip things off here. And it is won by the Bengals as they will have the first possession. Now it goes out of play. So UMPI makes out like a bandit there. UMFK wins the tip, and they immediately get the first possession. Our officials tonight, Mr. Tyler Mitchell, Mr. Nick Murray, and Mr. John McLaughlin. If you didn't already hear that in the intros. Aaliyah Matheson is bumped there by Nicia Ortiz. The Owls will have it side out. Leah Matheson to trigger it in. It's it into Hamilton. Back to Matheson. Matheson, the hero of the weekend for UMPI, had 25 in their win over Fisher. Thought she might open up the scoring tonight with that shot, but it doesn't fall. Loose on the floor, picked up by UMFK. Lob to Shook, kicks it out. A three on the way from Aguilar, no good. And a rebound by Stairs, who hands it immediately to Maddie Bridges. Now Leah Matheson. So no score here in the early goings. So UMPI and UMFK on rivalry night here in Presque Isle, Maine. The Bengals spoiled UMPI's party earlier tonight with an 85-80 victory. Matheson, they get it back to her off the inbound. She'll work around through some pressure. Didn't get the handle, got it back. They say it was a shot attempt or deflected, and that it is clean. Inked on the shot clock. Hamilton will try a three. It'll be short front iron. Rebounded by Stairs. Backing down her defender, and she lost it. Maybe hung on a little too long there. Was working in the post. UMPI wants to see Katie Stairs shoot the ball more. She didn't have a point this past weekend. She was a little too unselfish. Underneath the rebound by UMFK. They kick it out. Ortiz up top, a three. No good. Rebounded by Shook. They lob inside, denied by Hamilton. Well done. Reading that. Now she looked for Matheson. They turn it over, though, in the backcourt as Ortiz is there for the steal. They kick to Basoria. The bounce underneath. Shook with Hamilton. Somehow no whistle out of that, and Shook is able to finish. I don't know what happened there. Foul, I don't know. Not sure. Wasn't pretty, but it's 2 points in the book nonetheless for UMFK, who does open the scoring 2 minutes into this ball game. Hamilton hands off Stairs. Now to Matheson, over in the corner. Matheson lobs to Marshall. Marshall, the shot put up off the back iron. It doesn't fall, but some good looks so far for the Owls. Just no points to show for it. Up ahead, they find Basoria, who is fouled. Almost had the end one, didn't fall. She will go to the line for a couple. Soria makes the pair of free throws, and it's 4-0 Bengals. Marshall has to hurry. She lobs it into Stairs. They get behind the defense, who gets it to Matheson. Has all sorts of space. Matheson would probably been better to pull up there instead of taking on the 6-foot-tall Shook. Up ahead, it's Aguilar looking for 2 more, and now a foul on the rebound. It's coming out, though. It's against Fort Kent. And it's on number 4 out of 8 of Besoria. Bounce it to Leah Matheson. Cross midcourt, Matheson. Right side. Blocked inside by Shook. And she's a presence down there for Fort Kent. No height listed for her, but I would guess at least 6 feet. She's got at least an inch on Hamilton, who is 5'11". There's a steal by Stairs. Stairs will dribble out of some trouble and take it up herself. Katie Stairs, very versatile as a player. You're going to do it all herself, going coast to coast in trouble. Can't get a shot off, though. I jinxed it. I thought she was going to go up there. Hamilton, an outside shot, no good. Another board for Shook. It's 4-0. The early goings for Fort Kent. Up ahead to the reverse by Stalisha Thomas. 6-0. First 2 games up, it took them a long time to get on the board. It took them a long time to get on the board against Fisher. Up ahead, they found Marshall all alone underneath. Easy bucket, easy money for UMPI. Kieran Marshall finishes on the reverse. Just what I said, it took them a while to score. They immediately score. 6-2. We should try that more often. Thomas kicks it out in the corner. Ricky Goupel with you. Dave Gustin on camera. Baseline runner. Back iron, no. Shook getting the board. Got her own miss, puts it up and in. I mean, that's just too easy. It's just so quiet under there. Always in control. Got her own miss. Easy reverse. And now a timeout is called by Jason Coleman. Just a 30-second timeout with 5:58 to go. In the first quarter. The Elves have had some looks offensively. They had Matheson on a 3, Matheson on a couple of jumpers, and then Stairs has been under there, has been unable to get a shot off. But Katie Stairs is one of those players that I saw it with her in high school at Fort Fairfield. She definitely has that finishing ability. She just haven't seen it yet here in college, adjusting to the speed of the game, no doubt. But she definitely has a good feel for the flow of the game. She hasn't been able to pull that trigger. Tonight, you could tell she's wanted to, but Shook under there is just a lot to handle. Eight to 2 UMFK. They will throw on some pressure as Marshall will inbound. We've seen UMPI struggle a little bit. Almost a 5-second violation last time. They got to get it in. Marshall doesn't get it to Matheson. Now overthrows Stairs. Right look. They had the safe man in the middle, but the pass was not accurate enough. It's Tekyla Cowan-Hongach with the basketball, and she takes it to the cup and immediately scores. Tekyla, I'm just going to call her Tekyla probably. That's a long name. Up ahead, Stairs right in front of me, and I scoop it up and make the play here, and I'll bounce it to Mr. Nick Murray right in front of me with 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Side out for UMFK. Cowan-Hongach with the basketball. Now gives it to Morris. That's Deja Morris, and now here's a jumper on the way from Brianni Edwards. A lot of new players in there for Kent. Stairs got the board. It rolls to Matheson up the near side. Keeps it in for UMPI. Now we'll stop. Matheson inside to Marshall. Tough shot, and Karen Marshall's got all 4 of UMPI's points here in the early goings. 10-4. The Elves hanging with Fort Kent so far as getting back. They've actually beaten Fort Kent a couple of times. They kick it out. Long jumper, no good. Hamilton couldn't corral the board. She gets it on the second opportunity, though, and then a foul coming out again. It'll go on Fort Kent. A third on the Bengals. This full court pressure has given UMPI some fits early on. Marshall to inbound. This time she finds Matheson. They try to dribble out of some trouble. A triple team, and this time Matheson does draw the foul. Well done by Aaliyah, though. Take it on. Saw that 3 black defenders, black jerseys were surrounding her, and she just dribbled right out of that. Well, did get through, but she got bumped in the process, so. Forkhead will have to back off the pressure as they pick up their 4th already here, just barely halfway through this first quarter. Next one will send up to the line for 2. Bridges. Off-ball foul against Fort Kent. That is the 5th one. It'll be 2 shots. Matheson will have 2 shots, so Fort Kent, or UMPI reaches the bonus thanks to Fort Kent's 5 fouls. Barely 5 minutes into the game, 4:44 in the first quarter. Second one is good. 10-5, UMFK in front. Impressed with how UMPI has handled the pressure. Very thin tonight, just 7 active players. They've got Logan Curtis off the bench. And Katie Stairs right now, who is on. Willa Evans is in there for the first time. Just 7 players active. The Owls are going to have to fight that fatigue factor tonight for sure. They get a stop. Matheson picks up a dribble, tough spot. Finds Bridges, traveled with it. She knew it. Right idea. She was cutting to the hoop, but then thought better of it when she saw the defenders. But it was too late to avoid the travel. Cowan Hongach to Nicia Ortiz, crossing over, kicks it out. Morris, that's Deja Morris. Back to Ortiz. Coach Coleman saying attack, let's stop playing with our food here. Nice take by Morris. He says thank you during that take. And they'll draw a foul. It's against Hamilton. It'll be a pair of free throws for Deja Morris. Deja vu. Could be a good pun. Doesn't apply right now, but I could say that. Morris makes the first. Dave laughing at my jokes. I know I at least got one guy that'll laugh at me. And she makes the second. 12-5 Bengals, 3:55 here in the first period. Matheson into the front court. Kicks it out to Marshall, who's got 4 of UMPI's 5 so far. Bounces it back to Hamilton. Hamilton left side. Right look again. No finish though. Up ahead, Fort Kent. Full head of steam by Nicia Ortiz. Kicks it out in the corner. Long 2 on the way, and it's good from Cowan Hongach. 14-5. So that time UMFK kind of pushing the pace there. They got an open shot with Hongach, and she buries it. Matheson, shot blocked, stepped up by Morris. And Matheson tracks down the loose ball though. Now out to Marshall. Inside, trying to find Hamilton. It was deflected. It'll stay with the Owls with 3:15 to play. Newest player in for Fort Kent. Get ready for this one. Elizaveta Spiridanova is in for the Bengals. She plays volleyball as well. A couple of players, dual sport athletes, just got done volleyball season. They get right to the basketball court. Up, you could say the same with a lot of soccer players out there. Willa Evans, Maddie Bridges, Katie Stairs, Cameron Allen, to name a few. Kyla takes it up for Fort Kent. Now gets it to Deja Morris. Hesitation move along the baseline line. Morris, good take. Wow. Decisive, getting to the rim there. She has been that aggressiveness Coach Coleman has been wanting here throughout this first quarter. Get her the basketball. Matheson gets a pick, goes to the right side off the pick. Can't bury the shot. Bridges dives on top of it. Leave it to Maddie Bridges for making a scrappy play. I know I've said it time and time again this year, having broadcasted now all 3 of UMPI's games. But Bridges always seems to be fighting for that loose ball. He plays the same way on the soccer field. She's on the ground all the time, just as a direct product of her effort. This is the first free throw. Coach Knight wants a timeout here with 2:40 to go in the quarter. It's 16-5 Bengals. One free throw coming up here for Bridges. This time she swishes it decisively. 16-6. The Owls with a couple field goals from Karen Marshall, a free throw from Bridges, and then I can't remember who had that other free throw. Up ahead, the runner, and getting to the cup again is Deja Mort. Now I can say it. Deja vu. She gets to the rim. 18-6. Matheson gets a pick from Marshall, fires the three, no good. Hamilton up for it, but Morris, there she is again. All over the place here for Fort Kent. Now she finds up ahead Basoria, who lays it in for two. So the Bengals now getting behind the Owls the last couple of times before they could even set up defensively. That's resulted in some points. It's 20-6. Bridges, Marshall, they hit it back to Maddie Bridges. Thought about a three. Now puts it on the floor, bounces inside. Hamilton going to work. Gets it deflected by Tamia Roebuck. And Coach Coleman has gotten so deep in his bench already. Roebuck, though, will be relieved by Taylor Shook. He's got a lot of height out there, or a lot of height to play with. Different players that can come off the bench. Logan Curtis is on for the first time. It'll be a stack set piece for the Owls, the backup forward for UMPI. They lob it to Marshall. Kicks out to Evans. Back to Marshall. Now Curtis at the elbow, looking to get a cutter. She does find it with Matheson, who can't quite get to the rim. Got a good stat on Logan Curtis in a second when I get a chance here. Up ahead, Masoria kicks it out. Swung up top. It's Deja vu again as Morris buries a triple. What a quarter she's having. See if I can get the scoring numbers on her in just a bit. Well, Logan Curtis, who's now in for UMPI, number 50, she had 13 points against Fisher in 13 minutes played. So as efficient as you can ask for her coming off the bench. Here she is for the first time today. Matheson takes her time there on the jumper, got her own miss on the baseline, picking it up. Now it's Marshall. Back inside, there's Curtis, backing down Shook. She takes her on, but Shook is there defensively again. 23-6 it is. Jab step, trying to go baseline, and Basoria got free to the cup again. Closing seconds here this first quarter. Fort Kent has gone on a run here. Morris has 9 points to this point. I thought maybe she was already in double digits, but just one tick below that. Marshall to Stairs. Stairs getting underneath. Now Curtis, 18 seconds. Evans swings to Marshall. That one was deflected. Curtis tracking it down. 7 on the shot clock. Gotta hurry. Curtis tries, and she does throw it off her opponent with 3 seconds, so a good chance to reset there. Smart play by Logan Curtis. Hey, my voice is going to be shot tonight. A lot of talking in that men's game. A lot of action. A lot of stuff happened. Stairs with 2 seconds. Marshall, knows she has to hurry, gets it off, but does not draw rim. It'll be a shot clock violation with 3.9 to go here. We got Morris and Spiridonova. Bow, she stepped on the line. Don't see that every day. Uncontested. She can laugh it off, though. That's Delisha Thomas. So UMPI now has a second chance here to score before the end of the quarter. They can run a box set. Matheson triggering it in for UMPI. Has to hurry, gets it into Evans, back to Math. Nope, it gets turned over. And that'll do it for the first quarter. 25-6 Fort Kent. It's a lot of easy buckets there in the first quarter. Took them a while to heat up, but then once they did, they didn't look back. They're in front here by 19 as we go to the second quarter. (25-6) as we start the second quarter. UMPI and UMFK. I'm Ricky Goupel. Happy to have you for tonight's broadcast. Matheson draws a foul immediately. That one's going to go on Inez Elias Bermudez. Matheson. That'll be 5-second violation. Not even close to getting a pass off there. Well done by Fort Kent. Man marking. Here's a three on the way. It's no good. Tracking on the board there is Jing Stewart Greer, another volleyball player for Fort Kent. Now it's Morris, the jump stop, misses. Stewart Greer there, the putback, and it was denied by Curtis, who will get the block. Shot blocked there, it's loose. Evans picks it up, and UMPI is able to get a stop there. Couple of blocks inside. Now in the backcourt, though, they get a steal as Shyla Aguilar will lay it in. Another backcourt steal. That one's Deja Morris. Now Coach Coleman's going to call off the press a little bit. Matheson, first possession of this quarter for UMPI. First solid possession anyway. Matheson gets through though. Nice take by Aaliyah. That's what UMPI wants to see. It's that one dribble move, and then she has the space she needs. She's able to get to the rim. Relative ease. Morris in trouble. Lobs it inside. Stewart Greer. Again, Curtis got her hand in there. Sure, from my angle, looked like UMPI got away with one there. But no whistle. Thought maybe she had a hand on his shoulder. The take by Matheson again. That time she had to look. Couldn't get it to go. Morris will try a three, and why not when you're feeling it like that? Deja Morris up to 14 here in this first half. For the men for Fort Kent, it was Antonio Speed who popped off for 29 in the game to lead them to victory. Stairs, Curtis, loose. Stairs dives on top of it. It'll be a tie-up. The arrow favors the Bengals this time. Bridges and Hamilton are back in for Matheson and Marshall. There's a shot on the way, no good. That was Morris again. Getting a lot of volume up there before Kent, but the rebound by Aguilar. They get it back to Morris, and now Bermudez who kicks. Aguilar, the drive. Tipped around, everybody reaching for it, and Aguilar ended up with it after all that, and they'll reset with Morris. So a fresh 20 for UMFK. Underneath the foul. And it'll send Nicia Ortiz to the line. That one's going to go on stairs. I'm going to be careful with the foul trouble tonight. Just 7 players. That could get ugly in a hurry if they get too many players in foul trouble. (34-8) here. Lost ball, and it's picked up by Morris, who's had all the touches tonight for UMFK. Now underneath, they find Elias Bermudez, who can't finish, but the stick back is good by Aguilar. UMFK growing on their lead here, 36-8. Stairs. In trouble. Has to get rid of it. No, 5-second call, not before UMPI could call a timeout. Coach Knight says, that one's on me. I should have gotten that one off earlier. Whoa, 5 new players coming in for Fort Kent. Good luck, live stats. I guess that's an easy one. 5 in, 5 out. You just wave sub it. But anyway, Fort Kent with possession. Hesitation move. Dribble penetration. No good. Rebounded by Curtis, who kicks to stairs, outlets to stairs. Hamilton bounces to Curtis, side of the free throw line. Now Evans up top, the stairs. There's a foul on Delisha Thomas. Matheson coming back in. For Willa Evans. Hamilton bounces to Matheson. They'll get a ball screen for her. Her pass, Stairs had trouble with it. Defender hits the ground underneath. Shot blocked by Shook. Coach Knight wanted Stairs to shoot that. She had the space since her defender went down. Up ahead, Brianni Edwards in transition. Another transition bucket for UMFK. See if we've got any stats on how many fast break points they have in this one. Three on the way, Matheson, no good. Rebounded by Fort Kent. On the other end, they'll wave it off. It's an offensive foul. Ada Basoria says she was not set. Let's take a look here. I missed it in real time. Take a look there. Initiating all the contact, certainly, but take a look. Oh, she's facing her. Yeah, that's all you got to do, right? Just have to face your established legal guarding position. And in order to do that, you have to be facing her. for a second, and then you can turn after that. You've established guarding position, then you can turn as long as you're not leaning in and cutting her off, and I don't think that's what happened based on the replay. But at any rate, I'm sure my mother, who is a rules aficionado of basketball, official for many, many years, may say I explained that poorly or incorrectly if she's listening. Sure, it wasn't good enough for her, but that's my best layman's description of the block charge call. I'd like to do a study on the block charge calls someday. They fascinate me, those plays, and how it can just evoke so much emotion. Of course, it didn't just now. It was all academic for now, but it can evoke so much emotion and be such a momentum swing in a game. And it's always, almost always controversial. It's crazy. 'Cause I don't think enough people understand the rule to the degree that they should. And I only do because my mother. She texted me. It's quite accurate. Okay. All right. Good enough. I'll take it. I'll take it. 38 to 9 or 38 to 8. Excuse me. With 4:10 to go. As I'm getting off the rails now. She said for high school anyway. That's the rule. She's a NFHS expert. Always different in college. Sometimes the language is different. The take by Curtis. I'll be happy to see Curtis hungry for the rim. Though she had 3 defenders on her, she was still determined to get one off. And now a travel on Fort Kent. Matheson. To Marshall. Marshall spinning around, trying to bounce to Bridges. Now it's a turned over. It is turned over, excuse me, as Brianni Edwards picks it up ahead, leaking free Spiridonova on the reverse. Matheson all herself with Elizaveta Spiridonova on her. Now she's fouled by Talisha Thomas. And once again, UMPI has reached the bonus. Fort Kent has been hacking like crazy. But they've gone so deep that foul trouble isn't really a factor. Matheson makes the pair. It's 40-10. Underneath, good take by Stelisha Thomas. As Will Evans, her defender, fell to the ground. (42-10) it is. Evans. Marshall, it's stolen away. Here's another fast break point coming Fort Kent's way. Shyla Aguilar lays it in. Fort Kent has not let up with those turnovers. They've been going to the cup. I know it's first half. We don't need to get into that debate right now. I'm just saying they always looking to push. I need not open that can of worms on this broadcast. It's another hot button topic. Matheson lobs to Curtis. Bridges over on the right side. The drive picks up her dribble. Bridges has to reset with Matheson. 5 on the shot clock. She says, oh shoot, I gotta shoot. Now she finds underneath Curtis, count it, and the foul. What a crazy way for UMPI to score out of that. Matheson had to hurry with the shot clock winding. It was an air ball, but it goes right to Curtis, who, no hesitation, puts it right up, draws the contact. Take a look at this, folks. That's crazy. That is crazy. Curtis does miss the free throw, but it's 44-12. All sorts of space here for Cowan Hongach. As Fort Kent works through their offensive sets. Here's Spiridonova diving into the hoop. Block attempt by Curtis. Didn't get a piece of it, but the miss anyway. Curtis gets the board, who outlets to Marshall and now Matheson. Matheson kicks out Evans. Now Marshall on the right wing. Lob back to Curtis. Oh, good instincts by Curtis to try to get that to Marshall diving to the hoop, but it's turned over instead. Fort Kent with 2 more transition bucket points. Ignacio Ortiz lays it in. Curtis. Inside, oh, good move underneath. Logan Curtis. I tell you, she has looked great so far this season for UMPI off the bench. Didn't play the first night against UMA, but had, again, 13 points in 13 minutes against Fisher. Trying to ease her back to full speed. Had an injury earlier in the preseason. Of course, active now, but missed that first game. Takaila Kawanahongach adds 2 more. As we're under a minute here in the first half. Matheson. Underneath Marshall, tough shot. Almost got it to fall, but it's rebounded by Fort Kent. Up ahead, bounced to Spiridonova. No good, but a rebound by Ignacio Ortiz. He's left open. She said, why not? I'll shoot the 3, and I'll make the 3. That gets Fort Kent over 50 here at 51-14. Score bug lagging behind. Really, in reality, we're at 10 seconds to go here. 48-14. Matheson gets through. Couldn't quite get it to the rim. Curtis on the board. Can't finish. Shot put up. It's good if it goes, but it won't have the legs. As that is how the first half will end. 51-14 as Fort Kent gets up and down the floor on UMPI. The Owls trailing big at half as the Bengals looking good here after 20 full minutes of play. We're going to step aside here for a few minutes and get you back here for halftime, or for the second half, excuse me, on UMPI Athletics and WHOU. Back here at Wieden Gymnasium, 51-14 in favor of UMFK. They are led so far in this one by Deja Morris, who's got 14 points. Said her name quite a bit throughout that first half. Then UMPI is led in scoring by Aaliyah Matheson with 5, and then they got 4 from Logan Curtis and Karen Marshall. Maddie Bridges with 1. That is their scoring through one half of play. Owls are the first to break the huddle here. 51-14. I'm Ricky Goupel with Dave Gustin on camera. As Fort Kent will eventually break their huddle. Leah Matheson to touch it first here. We're off and running in the second half of play, the final half of tonight between UMFK and UMPI. Stolen away by the Bengals right away, and Deja Morris has points 15 and 16 on the night in a very easy fashion to start this half. Stairs. Lost the handle for a second. In trouble of danger of a 5-second call. Needs to do something. She does dribble. Now Marshall, but it's pried away by Shook. Stairs ends up with it though. Slapped free. Got 2 to shoot. Marshall rushes the shot. She had to. She's been in that position a couple of times tonight that she knows got to get one up there. Unable to draw rim on that one too. In the corner, Morris, how about another? That one time it's short though. His Stairs pulls it down, loose, and picked up finally by Shook. Taylor Shook, who started the game in limited minutes. I think Jason Coleman wanted to get a lot of his bench players some time. Here's Shook, kicks it out. Tipped in, stolen by UMPI. Marshall in trouble. She's able to rescue it to Matheson. Matheson has a defender on her back, but now they'll force Fort Kent to set up. Marshall inside to Hamilton. Still looking for her first points of the night. Instead, it's slapped away and turned over. Up ahead, Aguilar underneath. She finds Basoria. Now foul against Fort Kent. Coming out. Stairs, working her way around, turns it over, drives on top of it. I thought I spoke too soon. Like I said, will go down as a turnover since they held ball and over to Fort Kent. Somebody has to be credited with the turnover there. Morris at the elbow. Lobs inside. Good find to Aguilar, who rolls it around and down. Just the second bucket of this half for Fort Kent. They'll be still looking for their first. 55-14. Matheson tenaciously defended there by Morris. It Stairs way back at midcourt in trouble. Still dribbling. Getting a pick from Hamilton. Stairs inside to Hamilton. Kicks out Marshall. Baseline jumper. No good. Tipped in the air. Bridges came in for the board, and it'll stay with UMPI. Matheson has to hurry. Now into Marshall. Her jumper this time, front iron, pulled down by Fort Kent. Getting to the rim for 2 more. It's Delisha Thomas. Stairs, loose, goes down to the floor. It'll be a travel. She fell over. Frustrating for Katie. Got a frustrating first few games for the Owls, but difference that she makes does not go unnoticed. UMPI needs her in there. Wide open space for Morris. 2 more for her. So UMPI starting to get a little gassed here as Morris is up to 18 in the game. Matheson. Hamilton got hit in the face there on the scrap for the ball. Pushing again is for Kent, but this time they do pull out with Aguilar finding Morris in the corner. Back up top to Ortiz. Ortiz inside, the dump pass to Taylor Shook. 2 more. Fort Kent wants to roll through the timeout. Going to be 5 in, 5 out for UMFK. Willa Evans is on for UMPI. Up ahead for Fort Kent, another runner, and it's good again by Stalisha Thomas. Officials tonight, Tyler Mitchell, McMurray, John McLaughlin. Matheson will try a 3. He's still looking for their first points of this half. Hamilton pulls it down for UMPI. Now Matheson. Hesitation move. Now Marshall stops at the elbow. The jumper is good. Karen Marshall. Her 3rd field goal of the night for UMPI. Now leads the Owls in scoring with 6 points. Thomas lost it out of bounds over to UMPI. Brianni Edwards is in. Matheson got it slapped free. Picked up by Fort Kent. Jumper, no good. That was Tamia Roebuck trying to add to the Bengals clip of this half. Matheson has it for UMPI. Matheson picks up her dribble. Hamilton steps into a deep 3. Looked good from my angle, but it was off the side of the rim. Marshall fighting for the board, and she earns the foul as she'll draw contact. Marshall makes the first. Off the mark on the second. Matheson lobbing it in for Marshall. High dribble. Marshall into some traffic. She literally runs into the trees there with Shook and Jing Stewart-Greer, the 2 tallest players for Fort Kent, I would say. Neither of them have heights listed, though. Matheson bouncing in for Marshall, couldn't find it, though, and Orken is able to pull it away. Up the side. It's Edwards getting to the rim. Can't finish. Rebounded by Bridges. She's harassed there by Cowan Hongach. There might have been some extracurricular activity after that. That's what Coach Knight's asking about. Got a case here. Up 63-17. There's no reason for that. If that was in fact malicious, it could have been like a tangle up type thing. Matheson, right side, blocked by Jing Stewart-Greer. Here comes 4 new players for the Bengals. They said everybody but Bree, as Edwards will stay on. Shook, Cowan Hongach, Spear DeNova, all come off. One other player too. Matheson dribbled it off the foot there of Ortiz. Incidental. Orken off and running. Nothing before, though. It'll be a foul before the shot on Willa Evans. Into the corner. Morris. Lasoria rolls off her defender. The take, no good. Rebounded by Bridges. Leah Matheson finishes for 2, her first points of this half, and it's 63-19. Apologize for my absence there. Had to sort out a bit of confusion at the table here. Now a foul on Fort Kent as Matheson will go to the line. Matheson's first free throw hits every part of the rim, but no part of the nylon. The Owls scrapping defensively here. The last few possessions held Fort Kent off the board. It was 51-14 at half. Double dribble on Matheson. Let's see. I thought that there was a steal but before that second dribble, so that I think she was thinking the same thing. I have another one. We'll see. Oh, it kind of goes out of frame. Let me back that up. Just a second here. It's coming. I know this doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but I'm genuinely curious. No, okay, she didn't get the ball. She did. That is true. That is. Now a jump ball. Coach Knight unhappy. The Owls do get the ball. Matheson fires a three. Three on the way, no good. That's Morris again. What a cordial conversation there between Coach Knight and Mr. McLaughlin, one of our officials here. Crossing over, getting through is Ortiz. And then taking out her teammate on the rebound is Edwards. Ortiz went to the ground. Now she'll help her up. Here's a three on the way by Basoria. It's no good. And another offensive board for Fort Kent. And it's pulled away by Deja Morris. Morris over in the corner, getting through in the paint. A foul on Curtis. That is Alias Bermudez that will go to the line. One shot coming up for Inez Elias Bermudez, and she makes it. First point in a while for Fort Kent. 31.2 seconds here in this third quarter. 64-20. Bengals have slowed down a little bit offensively. Matheson inside to Curtis. Good lob. Blocked, though, by Edwards. A clean one. And now Fort Kent's off and running the other way. Ortiz inside. Morris, no, got her own miss. The stick back is good. And Deja Morris gets to 20 points now on the day with that last bucket. Matheson with time winding, lost it out of bounds cleanly. And it's over to Fort Kent with exactly 1 second. Here his teams will set up. They won't get a shot off, and that'll do it for quarter number 3. 66-20 is your score. 1 quarter to play here. It's 66-20. The Bengals in front. They get the post entry feed to Aguilar, who kicks out. Now faking the shot was Basoria. Now she drives baseline. The runner no. Rebounded by Matheson of UMPI. There was nothing there. That's all I could say. There was nothing there. They let him play on as they should. Matheson's jumper is no good. Rebounded by Nicia Ortiz. Up ahead, Stalisha Thomas going the other way. Can't lay it in. Rebounded by Hamilton, and a tie up there with Hamilton and Cowan Hongich. Katie Stairs running the point for UMPI in this possession. They get a screen to Matheson. They were looking to get her elevator, I think, but couldn't get the pick on her. Going over there, they're looking for Marshall up ahead. It's Basoria, 2 more. Stairs. Looking for some movement here. In trouble. Again, tenaciously defended again. Cowan Hongich didn't get a good pass off. Up ahead, it's corralled though by Aguilar. Back to her. A reset, a 3 on the way from Ortiz. Short. Tipped in the air and controlled by Matheson on the rebounds. Stairs. Into Hamilton, another defensive play by UMFK Aguilar up ahead. Right now, UMPI running out of steam. They are gassed. Fort Kent also just incredibly physical all around, especially on the defensive end. They don't make anything easy on you. UMPI having trouble to just get a pass off. Hesitation. And Basoria drives, got to the rim, in and out. Bridges and Basoria fight for it. Now Fort Kent somehow retains possession, and Thomas. Stalisha Thomas buries a triple. It's 71-20. Matheson fires a 3. No good. Rebounded by Thomas. They're pushing again. Up ahead, a foul. It's hitting the deck there is Basoria. Coach Knight will get a timeout here. (71-20) with 7:32 to go. Reminder, this game is being simulcast on YouTube and WHOU.live. Be sure to follow UMPI on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Free throws coming up here for Ada Basoria. She hits the first. Nails the second as well. 73-20. Matheson inside. Hamilton kicks it out. Hamilton, a three. Got it. There's Lindsay Hamilton's first points of the night. She buries the corner three. Good look offensively for UMPI that time. They had the movement. They executed, had the timing with their pass there. Aguilar drives, goes right by Karen Marshall. Good take by Shyla Aguilar. Stairs, Matheson up top, running the point now. They swing it around, hasn't hit the floor yet, but then they get it stolen as Cowan Hongach came in at the right time. Up ahead, Basoria can't handle the pass, but is able to save it. It's loose on the floor, though. Almost a tie-up. We continue, though. Now dribbling out of the trouble. A reverse is up and in by Stelisha Thomas. Katie Stairs will take it up. Swung around. Matheson inside. Marshall, power dribble into the runner, and it's good. Karen Marshall up to 9 points in the game. Pretty sure that's around her career high. I got to check on that, though. She had 9 or 10 at one point last year. In more limited minutes, a little bit of a smaller role as a freshman last year. She has stepped up big time this season, this young season. Stolen away. I'm going to double check on that. See. Dive into the hoop was Ortiz, but can't get it to go. Matheson. Stairs, back to Matheson, swung. Inside to Marshall. Poke free. And that's that entry pass that just Fort Kent has been denying so well all night long. To the hoop for 2 more, it's Ortiz. This one will be a full timeout for Fort Kent here with 4:42 to go. Looking at Karen Marshall's stats here. Just a moment, I'll have her high from last season. She had 9 points against Norwich on November 16th of last year, so that is her career high. She had 8 against UMA once last year too, and 7 against USM. So if she scores, she'll get into double figures for the first time in her career. Good to see that progression. She is now leading UMPI in scoring with 9. Matheson with 8, and Logan Curtis with 4. .442 to go in this one. Fort Kent will break their huddle, as will UMPI here. Ready to go for the final stretch. Katie Sears to take it up uncontested. Bridges, Stairs, now Matheson. Right wing. Matheson. Impressed with these UMFK Bengals on the defensive side especially. Just they deny. Shot blocked there. Curtis ends up with it, gotta hurry. Bridges, long 2 if it goes. He's able to get a reset, but UMPI can't get the offensive board anyway. And here's Spirit Nova for UMFK. Calvin Hongach, little isolation. Pull up J is good. Fort Kent led by Deja Morris still with 20 in the game. Next closest are Ortiz and Thomas, who each have 11. So a standout performer there. Matheson, Bridges, 10 to shoot. Gotta hurry. Matheson knows as she puts up the deep three. Doesn't go. Steal by Aaliyah Matheson though on the near side. She takes off towards the middle of the floor, stops the pull-up jumper again. It's in and out, frustrating for her, and you could see it on her face that, what do I do differently on that shot? Edwards and Taylor Shook. Kicks it out to Kyla. Inside, Shook traveled. Yeah, she kind of walked there. Shuffled the feet in the paint. All sorts of subs coming in. Will Evans is on, along with Logan Curtis. Matheson to take it up. Over for Evans to get it back to her. I mean, they just bring the defense all the way out. They pull them so far out, and it just, UMPI can hardly ever get the ball in the paint. They deny those passing lanes so well. Got to credit Coach Coleman stepping up mid-season like this for UMFK. He's inherited a very good squad that's going to be competitive with pretty much anybody they play. Jumper off the back iron, tipped and rebounded by Shook, who will back down Curtis. Gets it to Jing Stewart-Greer, and now back up top with Edwards. The up fake, little Euro. What a take by Brianni Edwards. Bridges sets her feet into a three, short off the front iron. Good shot selection though, had the opening. That's a travel. Minute 33 to go. 83-25 UMFK. Evans, Curtis at the free throw line. Gets it pried away by Jing Stewart-Greer. Up ahead, Spear DeNova, an open lane, misses. Rebounded by Matheson. Coach Coleman says run an offense. Doesn't want to see them running up and down the floor here in the last couple minutes. As we approach 1 minute, corner three by Hamilton, high off the rim, doesn't fall. Edwards, under a minute to go. Crosses over around Matheson, shot put up, no good. Not exactly the offense Coach Coleman would have wanted there. It was ISO ball. Matheson. Curtis looked at the rim, now looks away for a teammate. Matheson open for three, short. Shot clock is off. I think that will do it. Coach Coleman said, put the ball right here and let's dribble this thing out. Spiridonova has it. That might be how this thing ends here. 83-25. UMFK will come away with the victory, and they improve to 4-1 on this young season. UMPI will drop to 1-2. That'll do it here today. And Deja Morris will finish the day. The game high, 20 points. A couple other players in double figures for Fort Kent, Ortiz, Thomas, and Cowan Hongach. And then for UMPI, they were led by Karen Marshall, who had 9 points. Leah Matheson had 8. Logan Curtis with 4. Lindsey Hamilton with 3 and Maddie Bridges with 1. That is how this one ends. So tough sledding offensively for UMPI as intense defense by Fort Kent all night long, all 40 minutes. Wrote the story in this one. 83-25 is your final. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. Happy to have you here on UMPI Athletics and WHOU. I'm Ricky Goupel, Dave Gustin on camera. Have a good night, everybody.